Welcome to Return to the Office. I'm Nicole North, president of Whiteboard Learning.
And I'm Paula Menelakakis, CEO and founder of Bridalwood Professional Development.
And let's be honest, return to office wasn't just a policy change. It disrupted routines, boundaries, energy levels, and a lot of nervous systems.
Leaders are being told to bring people back now, while employees are thinking, I just rebuilt my life. What do you mean, full-time in office?
This podcast is about the messy middle, the awkward first weeks back, the office gossip, and the pressure to perform before people have actually re-regulated.
No corporate fluff, no pretending this is easy.
Just honest conversations, practical strategies, and a bit of humor, because this is Return to Office.
Hi, Nicole.
Hi.
How you doing?
I'm good, thanks. And you? Welcome to Return to Office. I'm Nicole North.
Paula Menelakakis.
And we're here today talking about slow and steady wins the race.
That's right, sister.
What's that? What's that phrase? Is it the turtle in the hair?
Oh, the turtle in the hair. Yeah, I'm not good at those things, but I do. Yeah, that's right.
Because you're Greek. It's like I grew up Polish, so my parents taught me don't put the sheep in front of my face. They mean don't put the wool in front of my eyes.
Oh, I like that.
So I don't know any of the English sayings.
Yeah. Oh, that's okay. That's good.
So today I wanted to talk about, of course, we're here at Return to Office where we're talking about everything going back to the prehistoric times of going into the office 5 days a week, which we know here in Ontario, the banks, Rogers, Ontario Public Service, I have a few clients at academic institutions and municipalities that haven't been called the full 5 days, but they're up a level from what was.
Right.
So everyone's in for a big change. And my thoughts for our conversation today was this idea that are these organizations expecting like immediate top tier 2015 level in office productivity, socialization? Again, we talked about our teaser episode that, the banks are saying that they're hoping that this will create optimal teams. This isn't an individual performance issue. This is ways to cultivate culture in teams, which I can get on board with. So let's talk about this pace. Kind of what I want to talk about today is, number one, why leaders are underestimating employees' readiness to do this. Like the rhetoric I'm hearing from some of the old school, the boomer managers, if we will, is, we were in the office 5 days a week then, we can do it now.
That's right.
Like I love coming into the office,
That's right.
Insert giant eye roll from everyone else. What is the neuroscience behind what my sister intern, Kaylee, she's our little producer in the back here, has, kind of done some research for us on the neuroscience behind social jet lag and cognitive load in the client-facing work after being remote. So we certainly experienced this period of what I want to call cognitive rest. Like when I am working from home, it's peaceful, it's quiet.
Right.
There's no hum.
I'm in control.
There's no person clipping their toenails.
Terrible. Terrible. We have to get back to that. Yeah.
Right. No one clipping their toenails in the cubicle next to you or listening to them on the phone, bickering with their spouse or I don't know what. Like you were at home with your headphones on, pajama bottoms, and you were working away. And now you have this new cognitive load of, hi, Sally, how are you?
That's right.
Good weekend? Good. Busy bit this. Bullshit.
Back to that. That's
honestly. Right. So we'll talk a little bit about that. We'll talk about the idea of what's the difference between present versus productive?
Yep.
Because I really feel like the individual contributors' logic in this is this, you don't trust me to work at home. You think I'm not productive. You think I'm at Costco, which...
Might have been.
We might have been at Costco momentarily.
And that's okay too.
That's okay too. But I think what we're saying is that maybe in the 3 hours that we were heads down, headphones on, pajama bottoms, we got through a chunk of productive work.
That's right.
And now that same 3 hours in office with Peter and his toenails and Sally bickering with her husband in the next cubicle, the productivity is not going to be the same.
Right.
Presence, yes, we're present, but not necessarily productive.
Right. And the thing, and so you bring up a lot of good things here, which I'm looking forward to talking to you about. So coming back to the office has a lot of things that we need to change. And one of them is getting used to that, saying good morning to Sally, or saying, maybe correcting Peter on not cutting. And I'm just calling out Peter. I don't know who Peter is. So just those socially acceptable behaviors. Because now with this very multicultural, diverse, multi-generational type of workforce, because you have variety of generations in this workforce, certain things are socially acceptable. And as a result, could impact productivity. So
imagine now that there are like a microcosm of generations in the workforce.
Yeah.
We were just talking about this in the break. There's going to be people who were hired post-COVID into a
remote
hybrid or remote world.
Right.
And then there's going to be people like me, like I'm now the boomer, I guess. I don't know. But we're like, when I was in my 20s, I went into the office every day. So do you.
Yeah.
Right? So now we've got this blend of people all there, like this microcosm of generation also existing in the office, not just the standard ones.
That's right.
But
no, it's okay. You're right. And I'm glad that you brought that up, because as a leader that's coming back into the office, we're expected to produce, meet our service level agreements, ensure that we have the same quality that we had, because our quality and service level will have been measured while remote. Right? That's the most recent data I would think that we're using from an HR perspective, and even from a quality assurance perspective, managing volumes, right? For say people that are pushing a large type of service in the back end. So how are our leaders going to ensure that they can bring people back, have a motivated workforce when being sort of directed or told to come back, not taking into consideration the pre-employee surveys of work-life balance, of working remote, have it in their, or hybrid in their contracts. And now we're coming back, right? How are we going to do all this? And that's going to be very interesting. So as the title of the show, Slow and Steady, this is where I know we were going to talk about what are some tools or some advice that we could give to the leaders to help bring that along. So as you know, women love talking to women, right? And I have a slew of girlfriends that I love talking to. And I'm a talker, so I'm always asking people, what are you doing? How's work? What's going on? What's this and that? And I hear Paula, the bus. I'm worried about the bus. How am I going to get there? I'm worried about the subway. The subway's going upheaval, the TTC. I'm worried about the GO train. I'm worried about that. So you as a leader, think about it. Everyone's been forced back to work. I'm not used to taking the subway like I was at 7 a.m. to get there for 8. And there's a delay. I get in there 8:20. Let's say, are you going to give me cut eye? Are you going to be like, what is she doing? Do you have to stay an extra 20 minutes now? Like, I don't understand what's going to happen here.
And I think that's a beautiful point, is the expectation that we're going to be perfect this first month, 2, 3 in.
Right. Because we did it 5 years ago, but the world was a different place 5 years ago. And in fairness, I just want to add this, and then please jump in, Nicole, is the TTC was running faster 5 years ago than it is today, just so you know. That's like fun little fact there. So it would, and the LRT or Eglinton Crosstown.
These are our Toronto transit lines.
Yeah.
People in New York, our New York listeners are laughing at us like, oh, your tiny 2 lines.
Yeah, I know.
Are they slow?
You're right. Yeah. And you're absolutely right.
There.
You're absolutely right. It's so simple that it's almost complicated.
Yeah.
Right. And this is what's happened. But listen, it is what it is. I'm not looking to complain about it. I'm just putting a spotlight on something for our leaders to have. We need to remember and pull out from our back pocket our emotional intelligence skills, something that we've sort of had to put on the back end burner these last 5 years because we haven't had those in-office
think about it. It's a new mental load.
That's right.
So like in a hybrid or remote world, my mental load of getting to the office is walking down the stairs.
Yes.
Turning on my laptop and
make my cup of tea.
My cup of tea.
Yeah.
My candle is lit.
Yeah.
Like, you know,
I'm in my zen.
Right? There's no load. So imagine parents.
Yes.
I'm a parent, right?
Yeah.
I now have to get the kids up, get them to the bus. Oh gosh, hope it's not a snow day.
Right.
And that's now going to cause me a delay in having to drive my kids to the thing and then get to the office.
Yep.
This is all more planning, more mental load, more stress, more is the word I want to look for, like variability.
Sure.
Like me
There's
walking down the office
everywhere.
is 9 out of 10, like 9.99999 times out of 10.
Right.
I make it downstairs.
Yeah.
Like unless I've tumbled down the stairs that morning.
Right.
I'm making it there without a problem. But layer in
That's right.
TTC, elevators.
Yeah, all kinds of stuff.
Street traffic, something closed, Adelaide closed down, whatever, right? This is a new mental load.
That's right.
And so what I want to say to leaders, if you are a, Gen X, Zennial, upwards, and you were in office every day and we did it every day, I want you to just put that thought on ice for a second.
That's right.
Like put it on ice for a second and just say that's fine. But for the last 5 years, we've not had that.
Right.
So my nervous system is agitated just thinking about it. I need my red light and my vibration plate, to calm myself down, because just the anxiety of that is a lot.
It is a lot.
Right? Then pair that with, oh God, my kid had a runny nose when we left this morning. Let me just hope and...
Yeah, nobody calls me to go pick them up.
Right?
Right?
And look, as an employee, I often say this. Managers take this for granted. As an employee, the power dynamic between a manager and an employee is big. You hold my livelihood in your hand.
That's right.
I know you don't write my paycheck. I know TDE or the Ontario government or whoever writes my paycheck. But at the end of the day, you are the one that makes sure I still get it.
That's right.
Right? Or like I often say, you approve my vacation. You tell me whether I'm going to Puerto Plata or not.
Right.
In February. You have the ability to say no, even after I booked the last minute deal online. And so managers recognize that power dynamic exists. So I'm scared when my school calls and I have to go pick up my kid.
That's right.
I'm scared that this is going to impact my reputation, my credibility, my reliability. Now are you gonna be looking towards Nancy No Kids? Nancy No Kids is always in the office. Nancy No Kids doesn't have any of these issues that Nicole does.
Yeah.
So we got to keep that in mind. So put what was in the past on ice for a second. We want to slowly rebuild expectations based on this new normal. Yeah. So let me ask you this.
Yeah, go ahead.
What does gradual integration look like? Or what could it look like? And what behaviors should we be seeking from managers to show that we are gradually moving in this direction?
Well, I think that there needs to be opportunity for, even though we didn't all agree to come back to work, it was not something that we voted on and agreed on, but we can vote and agree on how to move forward. Right? So yes, we were mandated to go back, for a lot of people. However, going forward, we can figure out how to do that. Is that going to be daily touch points? Are we going to relook at our processes, right? And see how we can do them better, more efficient now that we're in an office, because things will have to change, right? And one of the things I was thinking of, so this is something that I was thinking about last night before we came here. If you ever notice when you're on those calls and you have your camera on or you don't have your camera on, whichever, or you're doing more than one thing. And this is a bad habit, but it is very effective. So if I'm on a call and John and Jane are talking about something that doesn't impact me, I can respond to Nicole's email.
Do you think that people's attention spans are going to be completely different? Like,
yes,
imagine you used to sit in a team meeting and you'd be like, oh, Karen's babbling again. Let me answer some emails.
Exactly.
But now you have to
and now you're stuck and your eyes are going to be watering. Your back is going to hurt, right? Because these are the things that would happen pre-COVID. I remember sitting there praying.
Eyes watering, just listening to Karen.
My
eyes water listening to Karen.
I would pray. And I know people laugh. The kids used to laugh at me all the time. And they say, you really pray? I pray for you. I pray for the person sitting beside me. I pray for myself. I pray, ask for help.
This meeting will end.
Yes.
I pray that this meeting will end.
Yes. And this is something that's really important. We need to remember that when we're there, it is going to be different. A 30-minute or 1-hour meeting was feasible remote because we were able to manage that 20 minutes that they weren't talking to us, right? They were really, you didn't need a meeting. You know it and I know it. You just all called us here, right? You need a conversation with Jane. So, but you had to call us here so you could show us that you had that conversation with Jane. Fine, okay, no problem. You had the conversation, but I was able to reply to Nicole. I was able to reply to my boss. I was able to reply to everybody. And in the end, I got this stuff done.
Okay, so let's talk tactical strategy.
Tell me.
If I'm hearing you right, what we need now is to be much more effective and efficient in our meetings
and flexible
because people can't be multitasking as they were.
That's right.
So this idea of like increased productivity, it's actually less because people can't multitask.
Right. And we need to remember that even though we were mandated, the way we come back is on our terms.
Okay.
Right. And as a leader, look to your group, have those conversations. I get it's really easy to say, we can't rock the boat or just ship up or ship out or however that saying goes.
Suck it up, buttercup.
Yeah, something like that. Let's not have that. Let's not have that.
No. Okay, so we got a couple strategies, couple tips for these leaders. People are coming back. Number one is, can you democratize what being back looks like? So what I heard you say is, let's be frank. Everyone's like, they didn't consult us whether they wanted us to come back or not. It's because they knew that you didn't want to come back.
That's right.
Consulting you wouldn't have done anything.
That's right.
But okay, now that we're back, you could, as a leader, do some consultation to say, hey, everybody, what's going to work?
What's it going to look like for
our
us?
Stand-up meetings.
That's right.
Our team meetings.
That's right.
What's the frequency? What's the duration? What's on the, maybe we bring back the, dare I say it, like the meeting agenda.
Yeah,
and
absolutely. Great idea.
And the structure that makes me know that this is not just me being here to watch you and Jane have a conversation.
That's right. As proof.
Okay. So we got a little bit of democratization of this return. How will it work?
Yep.
We've got a little bit of grace and generosity.
Yep.
In how we're going to allow people to come back. We're not bringing you into a daily stand-up meeting at 10 a.m.
That's right. You don't have to have your camera on in your cubicle so I can see you're here. Right? Yeah. But this is a little too micromanaging. But we can have that conversation about what will our morning routine look like here.
Yeah.
Right?
I like that. How can leaders prioritize employee well-being without losing credibility or breaking trust, right? Because I'm going to say, I'm concerned about your well-being. And you're going to say, then you should have left me at home in my pajamas because that's where I was well.
Right.
I'm not well here with Peter and his toenails.
Yeah. I think it's just like a relationship in a marriage, dating, whichever. It has to be a two-way conversation. You can't always control, the situation, but you can control your own behavior. So let's remember our leaders are doing a job just like you. They need your paycheck just like you. They have mortgages and kids. And if they don't, they have life. Put it this way. They have a life just like you. So let's remember that we don't need to be that stop. We cannot do it this way. We must look at progress over perfection right now. And it will be unique per each circumstance and leader. And there will need to be that conversation.
So I'm going to tell managers, put your conversations about well-being a little bit on ice for right now too.
That's right.
I honestly don't think this is the time to be saying that you promote well-being and health.
Right.
Yet. I'm not saying avoid that conversation. I'm just saying
we have to set our standards
let things
first.
settle so that we understand what the new normal looks like and we can get there. Okay. Why are leaders feeling the pressure to go to full tilt right away?
But we're measuring productivity for the last 5 years of data. Right? So we look to our past to forecast our future. And if our measurement is based on that, then we've had people working from home, working remote, working different hours, putting in extra hours. Remember, the majority of people working in offices are salary. They're not getting overtime. So if I had to work till 9 o'clock on a Wednesday, I was able to do it because I had everything at home. And when you woke up on Thursday and got to the office, everything was like logged on. It was done. You got your numbers, you got your data. But now I will no longer be able to do that because put kids or anything aside, put it all aside, forget kids. Let's just say I have a parent at home. Let's say I have to go pay my bill or I have to do something.
You're still going to the bank to pay your bills, Paula?
Some things. I'm sorry. Some things I don't trust it sometimes. So no, I know this is just me. And it's because I like the bank lady. So we're friends. So, but that is a relationship. But in all fairness, we need to remember that I can't stay there now till 9. And sometimes it's because of the GO train. Some lines don't even pass like 7. On my line, it only comes to 1 hour every whatever, but it doesn't matter. But the whole point is you won't have that flexibility. So we need to remember that as leaders, and we need to articulate that and communicate that to the people we're reporting into at the same time. So this is what I mean by now we're going to, continuous improvement is really going to be a thing. Learning in the flow of work is really a thing. Progress and communication, managing up and managing down for leaders will be vital for your own survival as a leader.
What's that? I teach in one of my change management classes, like this idea of the change curve, right?
Yep.
And that, when a change is announced, there's like this little peak in productivity. And then there is this natural dip in productivity, inspiration, motivation, whatever it is. I think instead of expecting to be at full tilt, we have to understand that this change curve is normal for every change.
Yep.
And this change is really... it's a big one.
It's a big one.
It's not it's not we're changing a form, we're changing the way you type in your attendance, we're changing, our platform. This is a fundamental life-changing change.
Yeah, absolutely.
So the expectation that we're at full tilt from the get-go is unrealistic.
Yeah. And maybe this is why they did it now, because it's the end of fiscal, the beginning of the year. So you have the rest of the year to recoup your loss.
Yeah.
So
these are my hot tips. Mm-hmm. Build up expectations over the next few weeks.
Yeah.
Regular one-on-one meetings with your staff.
Yeah.
To do check-ins, emotional well check-ins. Don't talk about wellness. Talk about how they're actually doing and seeing how they're coping with this change. Mm-hmm. And that's going to be your guide for how you start to manage the productivity of the actual work. Be as flexible as you can be. Maybe try some new prioritization strategies. I mean, the number one thing I hear from individual contributors is my manager doesn't prioritize properly or set expectations properly. So managers, get out your old prioritization matrix and start prioritizing what needs to get done in a way that you can articulate it better.
It's good advice. I would also remember that you would need to sometimes reassess processes. How you did it might not be the way you need to continue to do it. So look for opportunities that fall under the realm of continuous improvement while working in the flow of work.
Our last little moment, our segments. I'm really keen on having a fun segment. Today's segment is What's Our Beef?
Okay.
What's our beef? So my beef is... look, I am a social person.
Yeah.
I am an extrovert. I'm a people person. I love people. I love a chit chat.
Yeah.
But hi, how are you? How was your holiday? I cannot
stand it.
I cannot stand it.
Terrible.
So my beef is this. I want to talk about the Kaylee Cistern topic of social jet lag. So my cistern is my sister intern, Kaylee. She's our producer on the program as well. And she wrote a paper that kind of inspired this entire podcast and a lot of the content in here. So my beef is that everyone is excited for this social behavior, but the reality is we are not conditioned to that high level of social interaction anymore.
That's right.
And it is also going to require a pace. So to my fellow extroverts, this message is directly for you. Tone it down. Rein it in. We know you're excited to get some energy from others. Social jet lag is going to be normal.
Yeah.
So like literally treat everyone like they've come off a transatlantic flight.
Yeah.
Right? No early meetings.
Good advice. This is very good advice.
Let's just tone it down. Mm-hmm. There'll be time to tone it up. I know that the extroverts out there are a little bit excited.
Yeah.
Because they're excited for this energy, right? I get tons of energy from people in the outside world, no matter how much I love working at home. Mm-hmm. But let's keep social jet lag in mind.
Yeah. Good advice.
So when leaders push and rush productivity without clarity, motivation is going to continue to decrease, confusion is going to increase. And this brings us to the next piece of our puzzle. In the next episode, we're going to talk about how predictability is one of the best leadership tools to have as you bring people back into the office for that transition, and how having structure, when it's done properly, calms the nervous system down.
That's right.
See you next time.
Bye-bye.
That wraps up this episode of Return to Office.
Thanks for listening. Whether you're commuting, hiding in a boardroom, or pretending this is background noise.
You can find us on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, or wherever you get your podcasts.
And if this made you laugh, not aggressively, or feel a little less alone, like, share, or leave us a review.
We'll see you next time back at the office.